Today we are with Energy Esports. So they are one of the invited teams for the DreamHack India Invitational. So how do you guys feel? Like this is your first time in India?
Well, yeah, this is I think all of us first time in India. We so far we love it. Like we really like how passionate everyone is about esports here. You know, you've got like a lot of people that all just really want to watch esports, and it's amazing to see, especially for us coming from a country where not a lot of people care about esports. You know, so it's really it's enlightening.
Okay. When you compare South Africa to India, so what's the esports scene back in the country, like back in South Africa?
We do. I think the esports scene in South Africa is also very undeveloped. Like it's maybe the same with India, but I think India has a very big advantage because you guys have a way bigger population.
Yeah.
So with that comes a lot more people interested in esports. Yeah, and you guys are also closer to other regions. You know, South Africa we're kind of excluded, so we can't really play against any European or even African teams that are all higher up in the continent. So yeah, I do believe India has a very good chance of breaking out in the esports scene.
So already into the second day of DreamHack Invitational. So what are your what are your expression about the whole event like?
I think DreamHack have done a really good job on the production. The stage looks amazing. The opening ceremony was very hype. Yeah. I think everyone enjoyed it. It was very crowd intuitive. Like the crowd got very into it as well. So I really think that this is a very big step for India and DreamHack together.
So
the practice rooms are also very nice setup, nice privacy as well.
Okay, so you can see the Indian teams the match going on right now, and the crowd is really hyped. So like, are you guys a bit nervous going up against the Indian teams? Have you like studied them? Like, did you have a chance of doing that? Like,
no, we haven't actually studied them because we didn't actually know who we're playing against until like tonight. Yeah. I think when it comes to the nerves, I mean, the other day we played against Fnatic, so I don't think you get much more nervous than that. So I think we'll be fine in the match.
Okay, people say that teams have this really good energy in them when they're playing in front of the home crowd. So do you think that might be an advantage to the Indian teams?
Maybe, but I mean, it could just as well be an advantage to us because I really like getting into it, you know, and even if the crowd's against me, I kind of like using that to fuel my play. So I definitely think that we'll be able to take advantage of the crowd.
I saw the team coach hyping the team pretty hard yesterday. Like we could hear him clapping a lot and hyping you up. Yeah. So So like, what drives you so hard? Like you guys weren't lagging a lot in the game. You guys were hitting Bravado back pretty hard. So like, how do you keep up the team morale?
Yeah, well, the thing is that we don't have to play with any pressure or any stress because we're the underdogs, right? So there's no level of expectation on our shoulders. We can just go and play our own game. And it's just about going out there and having fun and making sure we do the best that we can do. A lot of the time, our letdown is our own mistakes that we're making. So we can be one of the top teams. We just need to fix those mistakes. And it's just about keeping that motivation up there and making sure that everyone's on the same page. But for me, I just like to make sure that everybody's keen, everybody's into the game because emotions run high in very important games, and so sometimes things get a little bit further than they should. But yeah, that's sort of my contribution when I'm not helping with the analysis and that sort of thing. I'm not just a motivator, I promise. The thing is they're our two most experienced players, so we really do need them to be coming to the party. We rely on them in these really big games. And then you've got our young guns on the right here, 19 and 17 years old. They've got that ability to just break out and just make really explosive plays. And then we've got our man that we always rely on here for the consistent performance, Mr. Dom. Back in the South African scene, everybody knows that he's the man that you look to in those really important situations. So it's a really nice, well-rounded team. And when everybody's on point, we can beat anybody.
So we know that you guys share a real rivalry with Bravado. Like you guys are still the top South African team. Those guys used to give you a really good competition. 9 to 10 months since you guys have faced each other and Bravado moving to the North American scene. So how did it feel playing against them?
We beat them 3-0 in ESL Africa and we beat them 3-1 at ESWC qualifier in 2017. And basically after that they went to America for a year, and in that year we really struggled to find efficient practices in South Africa. You know, we struggled, there were very little tournaments. It was about 1 or 2 LANs the entire year. We also struggled finding consistent teams to play against that can punish us for our mistakes. So basically when they were in America getting better and better, we kind of stagnated in South Africa. So we realized how big of a deal that is for us, and we are really like looking to go overseas, and we really want to make sure we can make our impact on the international scene.
Okay. So you guys are not nervous about what happened yesterday. You guys are ready to hit them back.
Yeah, no, like yesterday's games were much closer than I think that a lot of people expected. You know, because people think that just because they've been overseas for a year and we haven't, that the gap is very huge. But the gaps are very small margins, and it's small mistakes that cost us a couple of rounds and that cost us a match.
Okay. People are pointing out to a lot of things that went bad at the PSG Grand Slam. Like, because of the PSG Grand Slam, do you think the people are starting to doubt the team's performance or something like that?
Probably. I think PLG was a very bad tournament for us in general because excluding the delays and all the problems the event had, I think individually we weren't very confident because we didn't get a lot of time to practice beforehand. We had a boot camp, but in that boot camp we only played about 2 maps, because no one else in South Africa was willing to scrim us. They were all taking a holiday and vacation. And we also, it caused us to change a lot of roles in the team and stuff like that. But I think now with the new roles and having some time to just look over our mistake, I think we're feeling much more confident.
All right. Thanks for giving us this interview, an opportunity to talk to you guys. All the best for the invitationals and hope you do the best.
Thank you very much. Shout out to everyone in India for watching us. Shout out to everyone, all the fans that came in for the meet and greet. Everyone was very excited. It was the first time for me to actually have someone come up to and ask my autograph and pictures, so I really enjoyed it.
So that was Energy Esports, and this is Cat Slayer signing off. Thank you.